Hey everybody, Marcus Crawford here with the Idaho Quadcopter channel. Hey, real quick, I'm interrupting this video because having looked at the raw video off the SD card of the Mini 3, I did notice there is still, it focused this time, but like you'll notice when I do the droney, it's when it's completely completed the end of the droney and then it refocuses on infinity. So while it's doing the droney itself, everything's a little bit fuzzy. Now, in that situation, I suppose what you'd want to do would be to tap the screen to infinity before you do the droney, right? So then momentarily, the subject, which in this case would be me, would be out of focus. But as the drone went back, everything would be in focus. Now, next, I also, as I came back in, you will notice that it very easily focused on me again, which is a good thing. But then I flew it out and got close to a tree, just like I did in the previous video, and it focused in quite well on the leaves. But then as soon as I went up, you'll see everything is in soft focus until I turn around, I yawed around and coming back the other way, and then it refocused and everything's good. So I think this is just probably a situation that it's just the way this drone works. I doubt if there's anything, well, what do I know? I'm not an engineer, but I don't know that there's anything DJI can do about it. So I guess what I'm going to suggest as users, the practical solution, and my friend Ron Brown kind of told me the same thing, is just, you know what, tap to focus. Every time you change a focus situation, tap, or you can also half press the shutter button and it will do the same thing. But anyway, on with the video. I have the little DJI Mini 3 with me today. It's a really windy day today at Kleiner Park. I think it said 14-mile-an-hour wind with up to 24-mile-an-hour gusts. So pretty blustery day today. It's blowing the leaves off the trees and so forth. But the purpose of this, we just did that new firmware update, the 01.00.0400, plus the update to the DJI RC. But again, the problem that I have is with focus. So it's focused on me right now. The other day when I did this, as soon as I did with my droney, it didn't refocus. And as you can see on the screen, it's in autofocus right now. So as I back the drone up, it should refocus. Now we have, you know, the sun's coming out right now, so we got good lighting conditions. I want to check this guy out and see how the focus works on it. We're going to mess around, and again, it's pretty windy out here, so so take that into consideration as well. But let's go reverse and up now, reverse and up. And I've got just letting you know, I have obstacle avoidance off right now. And I'm looking at the screen and it looks like it's perfectly well in focus now. I have not tapped to focus, I haven't done anything, and it looks to me like it's in focus. I'm going to go ahead and turn obstacle avoidance back on, so I'm tapping at the top of into the menu here. And that in itself could refocus things. And let's go into the safety menu. I've got bypass on, so let's get out of that. And that in itself would refocus the camera just touching the screen. But just looking here, it looked like it focused well. But let's bring it back down in, and let's see if it will then refocus on me. Bringing the drone in here. Little disconcerting when you're aiming that drone right at your head. And of course now I've got obstacle avoidance on, so it's not going to come too close. But let's see if it'll go over the top of me here. Yeah, it's just stopping there. It won't move. But anyway, I'm trying to look at my screen at the same time here. And yeah, it looks like I'm in focus. So I don't know if that was just a single anomaly that I saw the other day or if it's a continual problem. But one of the other things that happened is I was close up looking at some trees, and then as soon as I got some altitude, it didn't refocus as well. I had a soft focus from there on out. So let's try that out a little bit here too. So I'm going to back it up again and turn around here. And boy, I'll tell you what, it is windy. This little drone is handling it quite well. But let's move forward, and we're going to go look at this tree right here in front of us that, well, not exactly in front of us, but this pretty red one right here. Let's get close to it, and let's see how well the drone refocuses on it. And you can see the obstacle avoidance is going off, and you know we're gonna get real close here, and so we're focused right in on those leaves. And let's go up and see if as we go up, and let's move forward, and let's see. And what happened to me the other day, and I'm looking at the little screen here, and it looks like it's pretty well in focus. So yeah, I mean, it's looking good to me. So I am cautiously optimistic that my autofocus issue that I had the other day was just an anomaly, or even was solved by this latest firmware update. Okay, let's bring the guy back here and so we'll get a good look at the trees here as we bring it back here, kind of going down the path here. And you can see where I'm sitting by that, on that picnic table right down there. Let's bring the drone down. And you know, they always say that you should, you should have the drone in line of sight. I can tell you, I always fly better when I'm looking at the FPV. I'm just telling you. So let's bring it in close again here. And you know, picking that camera up, gosh guys, it's looking pretty good to me. And let's see if we can go forward. Yeah, I'm holding full stick forward, it won't do it. I was hoping with bypass it would go over the top of me. Well, let's kick the stick up just a little and see if it'll go over the top. See at what point will it go over the top? There it did. Yeah, right over the top of my head. Okay, let's pick it up, let's bring it back a little bit. Okay, so I guess that's about it for this test. I think, you know, it looked to me like the autofocus was looking good. Again, I'm just looking at the little screen on the drone, but I think it's okay, so we resolved that test. Hopefully it's the firmware that did that, but you know, I'll find out as I fly the drone some more. Let's bring it in for a landing.